Have you ever wondered if your cat actually understands what you're saying? You tell her, "Come here, don't touch that, time for bed, let's eat." And sometimes it really seems like she gets the message. But other times, it's the complete opposite. Your cat looks you right in the eye, but acts as if she can't hear a thing. This leads to the question, what's the right way to talk to a cat so she truly understands and responds? Today, we'll find out why a guardian's voice is so important to a cat, which words and tones they perceive best, what mistakes almost every person makes, and how you can build a genuine dialogue with your pet. We'll break down every aspect in detail, from choosing the right phrases to using body language and the energy you convey with your voice. And the deeper we dive into this topic, the clearer it will become that cats are capable of sensing far more than we might think. So why even talk to your cat? A cat is not just an animal living under your roof. She keenly senses your mood, picks up on the slightest changes in your tone, reacts to your facial expressions, and even your breathing. Scientists have confirmed that cats can clearly distinguish between intonations. A soft, peaceful voice inspires their trust, whereas a sharp, harsh one puts them on alert and causes stress. That's precisely why every word and intonation you use builds a bridge of understanding between you and your pet. When a guardian communicates with their cat, they strengthen their emotional bond. Studies show that cats respond better to people who regularly speak to them, rather than those who limit interaction to just feeding and basic care. For the animal, your voice becomes an integral part of their world, an element of safety and comfort. Then why might your cat ignore you? Many owners complain, "I call my cat, but he doesn't come." But the issue isn't that the cat is stubborn. The problem lies in how you're addressing him. If your voice is too loud, a cat might perceive it as a threat. If you speak in a monotone, without any emotional color, she will simply ignore the words. If you constantly repeat your pet's name in all sorts of situations, both good and bad, the animal stops responding to it because they can't figure out if praise or punishment is coming. The correct way to address a cat should always be calm, warm, and clear. In that case, she understands my human is near and I can trust them. A name is your key. For a cat, their name is a kind of signal. But it's worth remembering that cats best recognize words that end in a vowel sound, like a high-pitched E or A. These sounds are soft and pleasant to their ears. If you always call your cat's name with the same positive intonation, she will learn much faster that this specific word is directed at her. Never use the name in a negative context. You shouldn't shout, "Fluffy, no!" It's much more effective to say a short, firm no. Save her name exclusively for positive moments. This way, your cat won't get confused and will always respond eagerly. Intonation and volume. For a cat, how you say something is far more than what you say. A gentle tone is associated with safety and care, a calm and confident one with authority, and a sharp, loud one with danger. Therefore, if you want your cat to listen to you, you need to learn to control your voice. If your pet is doing something undesirable, say no, shortly, in a low tone, but without shouting. This works much better than a loud yell, which will only frighten the animal. And when you want to invite your cat over, speak softly, slightly drawing out the vowels, as if you were soothing a small child. Conversations with your cat. Cats love it when their guardian talks to them. The meaning of the words isn't as important as the feeling of being given attention. When you calmly chat with your cat about something, sharing your thoughts, she listens and feels that connection. This builds trust and forms a habit of being near you. Scientists note that cats' stress levels decrease when their owner regularly speaks to them in an affectionate tone. For them, it's a signal that everything is safe and they can relax. This is exactly why a cat often settles down nearby when she hears you talking, even if you're not speaking to her, but to another person. Short commands. A cat is not capable of processing long sentences. So if you want to teach her something, use short, clear commands. Here, no, bedtime, eat. The more concise the command, the faster the cat will learn it. But always use the exact same word for the same action. If you say eat today and food time tomorrow, the cat will just get confused. Consistency is your greatest ally in training. Gestures and facial expressions. Words should be reinforced with actions. If you're calling your cat, extend your hand with the palm facing up. If you're forbidding something, you can show a stop gesture with your hand. Cats are excellent at reading facial expressions. If you're smiling gently and speaking in a soft voice, she feels your warmth. If you're frowning and speaking sternly, the cat understands that it's best to stop what she's doing. Common owner mistakes. Here are the most common pitfalls that interfere with communicating with a cat. First, yelling. It causes stress and destroys trust. Second, using their name for punishment. In this case, the cat becomes afraid to respond to it. Third, inconsistency. Today, the word no is a prohibition, but tomorrow it's used during playtime. The cat gets disoriented. Fourth, a lack of communication. Many people think cats don't need words, but that's a misconception. It's vital for her to hear your voice. The practice of communication. Try an experiment. For 1 week, make a point of talking to your cat every day in a gentle voice, using her name only in a positive context, and using one short command for one specific action. After just a few days, you'll notice your cat has started to react more attentively. And after a month, you'll see that she's begun to understand even the mood in your voice and your intonation without extra words. Why does this matter? Communicating with your cat is more than just a set of sounds. It's your way of building trust and showing her she's part of the family. A cat begins to feel more secure, less anxious, and becomes more affectionate. When a guardian speaks to their pet correctly, the animal reciprocates. She comes when called, handles stressful situations more easily, and even helps her human cope with anxiety. Speaking to your cat correctly means speaking not just with words, but from the heart. Intonation, attention, consistency, and respect for her nature. These are the keys to true communication. Remember, your cat hears you much better than you can imagine. She understands not only your words, but also your emotions. And once you learn to speak her language, your cat will become the most loyal and sensitive friend. Communicating with a cat is both a science and an art. The more attentive you are to your pet, the stronger your bond will become. Try putting these tips into practice, and you'll be amazed at how much better your cat will start to understand you and respond to your words. And one more thing, write in the comments, do you talk to your cat? What words or intonations does she understand best? I would be very interested to read your stories and discuss them with other viewers.